Hey everyone, welcome to High School Dropouts Advice here. EHANG is a drone company and it's a very exciting company that is focused on different fields at the same time. So let me tell you that EHANG uses drone to change our infrastructure into a three-dimensional dimension. Soon, air taxis, tourism, logistic, transportation, city management, all will become a reality. Pictures and videos say more than 1,000 words. So I used some video of EHANG available on YouTube and on the website, and I cut them together to give you a quick summary what they are doing. So as you guys can see, these drones can carry 2 persons and the pilot is controlling the drone from a headquarter. The size is smaller than an actual helicopter and it can be parked in a garage or on the roof. The drone is also capable of transporting up to 200 kilos, which is like around 440 pounds, with a maximum speed of 130 kilometers per hour, which is like 80 miles per hour. The only thing which I think has to improve is the battery life. The drones can only fly 35 kilometers, which is like 21 miles before it needs to charge its batteries before it can fly again. The future drones will also help to do inspections like fighting floods and fire. It will be just helpful to have a pair of eyes on the sky, which will help planning, preventing and the maintenance for cities. Every time I see this firefighter drone, I feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie. This is so cool. Okay, and lastly we have the drones for aerial media, which is really nice, but I think it will get nicer in the future. I'm not sure if you guys saw the movie Spider-Man Homecoming, where they use drones to project a whole figure. I'm sure this will be the future, and having a nice light show with drones can be spectacular. We just need to find a professional who will choreograph a better show. But I think this is pretty awesome as well. So we saw a rise in stock prices for the EHANG or EHANG stock, which is also called EH if you want to look it up. And to be honest, I'm super hyped about their product. It will provide us a greener infrastructure of transportation and logistics. This for sure will have a future. But for all investors out there, are the stocks oversold? Or is it just the beginning? So I have to say that I'm a long-term investor, and if I buy a stock, I'm not going to sell it in the next 5 to 10 years. And most likely I will keep them forever. So my view of things might be different from traders, but let us pull out some numbers to see where this company is heading. So the 2020 earnings are not released yet. So the best we can do, we are comparing the third quarter of 2020 with Q3, quarter number 3 in 2019. The total revenue have increased from 10.5 million compared to Q3 in 2019. This is 104.3% year-over-year growth. The gross margin is at 59.2%, but I remember there are sometimes up and down by a couple percent points. But I think you can say that the average gross margin is at around 60%, which is quite impressive. The company is slightly losing money, but they did lose way more money in the past. So it looks like they are turning the corner and become profitable very soon. And interestingly, the sales of the EH216 have just a slight increase from 23 units compared to 18 units in 2019. But in all fairness, we have to say that 2020 was a rough year for everyone during the pandemic. The focus on many businesses was not investing in innovation, but instead of trying to survive. So overall, I think that this unaudited financials results are going in the right direction. And let me quickly mention that EHANG IPO was at the end of December 2019, and their financial numbers of 2018 and prior were not in US dollars. The most relevant number we should focus on is 2020 compared to 2019. In the first 3 quarters in 2020, you can expect an overall sales growth between 80 to 100% from my estimation, because the first quarter was an increase of 80%. The second quarter of 2020 was over 60 and 100% increase in the third quarter. So everything comes to the fourth quarter. Let's see how much they make there, but we still have to wait until March. We should have the earnings of 2020 released in mid to end of March 2021. I will definitely give you an update. So let me sum things up here. The product and the service this EHANG companies provides is exceptional and brings us closer to the future. The financials and the growth of these companies are going in the right direction. The price of a drone taxi starts at 200,000, as you can see here, and the smallest helicopter costs 355,000, so there's a clear advantage for the drone. And I can also imagine that a drone pilot can control more drones than a helicopter pilot. So the drones as a space taxi can have a bright future. You might also heard that Cathie Wood will start the ETF in the end of March called ARK, which will invest for space travel and drones. And I can imagine that EHANG will be part of her pick, since EHANG is one of the leading companies out there. Have a look at this source right here. My only concern is the tension between China and the US. As you might know, the executive order of the Trump administration did not allow drones of adversary countries use, as you can see in this source right here. But on the other hand, EHANG 216 has obtained a special flight operation certificate, also known as SFOC, issued by the Transport Canada Civil Aviation. It's called a TCCA. It can now do trial flights in the Quebec area, which is significant breakthrough. And we might see that the Biden administration will reverse the Trump executive order. We know that Biden wants to have a greener infrastructure for transportation and logistics, and EHANG might play a key role here. I also need to add that Cathie Wood from ARK Invest won't be so worried to invest into a Chinese company, since she also got Baidu in her portfolio. But this is only speculation on my end, and I have to say I'm not a financial advisor, so before you buy the stock, please consult one. I'm just a guy on YouTube, and you should take my pieces of information as entertainment value only, and always do your research yourself.
We have technology.
But for me, I see a lot of potential in this company, and I have compared this company with a few other companies, and this company is leading in a few key areas. I personally will invest around 2% of my portfolio into this stock for the long term. I will try to get during the correction of the stock between now and the earning release. I think the earning release will look positive and look better than expected, and will fuel more hype and money into this stock. If you like this kind of video, please share this kind of video with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, where I will introduce you to more stocks, real estate investment, and how to obtain a wealthy and a healthy money mindset. Many thanks, see you in the next video. Thank you, bye! So I use some video of EHANG's feed. They did greener infrastructure.